Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. Good evening, and good morning, good afternoon, wherever. Depends on where you're watching me from. It's your baby girl here, Faith Igbinehi. You're welcome. If today is your first time coming across this face, you are welcome. Welcome to my channel. Now, today I am going to be talking about I am going to be talking about coming abroad as a physically challenged person who lived who lived uh, who was born in Nigeria. So at some stage of my life, I decided to relocate. Yeah, relocate, and leave my country, Nigeria. Let me introduce myself. My name is Faith Igbinehi. I'm a mother of two. Was born and raised in Nigeria. I'm a physically challenged girl, lady, whatever. So as a physically challenged person, I well, yeah, I work hard and to get myself to where I am now. Not being in Nigeria, being living here in UK. I lived in Ireland for 13 years. After I had my first daughter in Ireland. Then 2013 I moved here. Before then I was in Nigeria. I lived in Nigeria all my life up until 2001. 2001 is when I got a visa to UK because of my sporting career. So I came to UK. These are all the things I'll be spilling. So it will be too much on one video. So I don't want this to be too long. So I am going to be talking about leaving Nigeria. So in another video, okay, should I be talking about, okay, no. Actually, let me start from Nigeria. I'm going to start from Nigeria, then I'll talk about how I left Nigeria, coming to abroad, how I lived here. Now, some people will think because of being physically challenged, they actually pity me and maybe just give you resident. No, I went through the process like every other person living abroad. Yeah, it was hell, it was tough. I spent 5 good years with no documents. I was an immigrant, a refugee, or I seek asylum, because refugee is different from seeking asylum. Like, okay, I want to live here, and refugee is when there's war in your country and whatever, and that stuff. So, yeah. So, when I was in Nigeria, at the age, at some, okay, I'm not gonna be, I might not get to try like in secondary school. I'm probably JSS2, JSS3. My mom and dad have left Nigeria. Now we were living with families. So it was hard for me, being physically challenged, to walk to school. My school was it was far away from home. So by the time I walked to school in the morning, I probably would start my journey 7 o'clock to 7 and get to school to 9 past 8. So on my way to school every blessed morning, my friends and other students will walk past me. I started the journey before them. I wake up early. They walk past me. I remember when I was in Ihogbe secondary school. So I have friends, the boys. My girlfriend then, Sandra, she was the best friend ever. So she used to come to my house and assist me to school. We all know how Nigeria is with all the, when it rains, and most of the time I will fall. I will fall whether I use crutches or not, I will fall. Sometimes sprain my ankle. I will not go to school for weeks. Sandra will help me to get to school because there might be some part of the road where there is water erosion. So with the help of Sandra, I'm able to get to school. So that was how my, school days were. And the boys in my school then, in Ihogbe, in my class, some of them that come through my house, they would get my school bag from me. As soon as they see me going to school, they definitely going to assist me with my school bag. So that was the routine. So that's when Sandra is not available, because sometimes Sandra she will go and hawk in the morning. She was doing lots of chores for the house. She was a breadwinner for her family. When you come from not too well-to-do background, so like really, really poor. I don't really want to describe her in that way, but yeah. So she have to hawk in the morning, come home, take a shower, and then sometimes she meet me up halfway going to school. This will be to 9. Sometimes we meet in class. So that was it. So yeah, my parents wasn't at home. It was really tough. And then I left Ihogbe because I didn't make the mark. I'm not gonna lie. So it was a struggle. Now back like in my second, I wasn't that child that got that I didn't go. I didn't go. My school days was really tough. Primary school, I didn't go like every other children. So say I probably attend 3 years of primary school. So I'll go to one term, miss the whole term, then school start again. I probably go to 2 term, miss another one. So my primary school years was just off and on, off and on, off and on. It was only my secondary school. Now in my secondary school, I didn't have enough. Didn't learn too much in primary school and now in secondary school. So the gap were now showing. So the things that I missed out in primary school, my mates learned it in primary school, but I didn't. So when they are teaching it in class, I don't know it. So then, anyway, I struggle up until SS1. When I got to SS1, yeah, girl, fail. This was in India College. Now, that wasn't the Asian even. The stress of trekking to school, all my joints will be in pain. By the time I get to class, I'll fall asleep. I'll be so tired. Bless my geography teacher. He was one of the nicest teacher ever. He would look at me and say, Faith, you're tired. I can imagine you every time I see you walking through that Appian way. I will see you. Then by the time I'm in your class, you're still not in class. I realize it took you forever to trek that Appian way. accolade. So he will, make provision for me to get the notes in class. He was so good. He was giving me extra, lesson, like making sure I don't miss out any subject. But not every other teachers are like that. So anyway, that was my life growing up in Nigeria, being physically challenged. It was tough. Then I decided when I failed the SS1, um, when I failed in when I was in SS1, and I said to myself, "This is it. This is it. I can." And during the time I was going to secondary school, I discovered that I can do sport through a friend of mine, because during this time I went to Salvation Army. Salvation Army is a rehabilitation center for the physically challenged, where they actually try to rehabilitate physically challenged. There they do calipers, they get them crutches, and it was a nice center. When I say nice center for rehabilitating and the physically challenged, but Salvation Army comes with other things. We know Nigeria, apart from we know institutions. So institution like Salvation Army is strict. Things were going on there. When I got there, it didn't tally with me. So I don't like oppression. I didn't like the way the people who are in charge of Salvation Army, the captains, and their wife, the way they were running the center. So I think I was only there for a year. But during my stay there, I now, for the first time in my life, realized that as a disabled, I can actually do sport. Because Francis, he did sport. When I went through his pictures, he showed me, oh my God, I was blown away. And I said, this is it. Believe me, the next time I didn't come back to Salvation Army. Excuse me, guys, I'm in pain. So I went home with this excitement, with this, the fire in me. Getting when I got home, and I said to myself, I'm not going back to Salvation Army. I told my family, and they're looking at me like this. You went to Salvation Army because you wanted, because you can go to school with the school van. Anyway, that was the term. I came back. I was in SS1. Well, I failed. And I just said, okay, I'm going to focus on this sport now. Because I know with sport, I have potentials. So I was doing it for fun. I love sport. I love weightlifting because I was doing powerlifting. Weightlifting is for able body. Powerlifting is disabled, physically challenged, because we lie on a bench to lift the weight. So unlike able body who stand on their feet, that's the difference between weightlifting, powerlifting. So I remember the excitement in me, I would say to like my family, friends, like, oh my God, I am going to be traveling around the world. I'm going to do this. They will laugh at me. They will laugh and say, you travel around the world. I remember one of my cousins, literally, he used to laugh and say, Faith, just stop dreaming. In your dreams. Sorry, guys, I'm in pain. I need to shift out to release pressure. Oh, yeah. My hip is killing me. It's part of as a polio survivor. Okay, let me not deviate. We'll talk about that some other day. So I tell my cousin I am going to be traveling around the globe, around the world, and he laughs at me. But in the end, my dream came true. I did travel around, not around the world, at least one or two countries, and he realized, my dream came true. And he actually said to me, oh, I didn't know you were really Oh my God. Then he was apologizing. I'm like, it's okay. You didn't know. It's okay. But yeah, I focused on my sport. I was good at it. When I started sport, I was the first female actually to travel to start in my state, Edo State. I'm from Edo State, Benin City. So the first female to actually, you know, start. Well, I wouldn't say myself. No, actually, I was the second female. But like the first girl, she wasn't really that serious because she went for Coca-Cola competition, local competition. She went for one or two competition, then she gave up. So when I came in, I I wasn't gonna, I was doing it, and I started going to different local competition. Makodi 96, Abuja 97, and 98, Imo 98. I went to Imo 98. I went to Makodi 96 because I started 95, Makodi 96, Abuja 97, Imo 98, Dubai. I qualifying. Before Dubai, there were other Coca-Cola competition. Now, yeah, there were other competitions I went to. Then I went to Dubai. So in Dubai, I came. Now I normally would come first in, okay, when we're in Nigeria. So I went to Dubai, was my first international competition, and I came fourth. Fourth because of I was nervous. So it was my first experience internationally. So I came fourth. So coming, me coming fourth. Oh my God. So I came fourth. Excuse me, my alarm. I'm actually filming with my phone. I came fourth. Then I went home to reinforce. Like I need to beat to come first the next time. Dubai was actually qualifying towards going to Paralympics 2000. So it's a build up. So we're going to Dubai qualify me to go to Paralympics. Now, my set was the first female because when I started 95, 96, 97, they started including female in Paralympics game because Paralympics game, it used to be Olympics. Then they changed it was not divided. Oh, disabled will become Paralympics, able body Olympics. So they just included female, and my international coach, you told me, oh, and they've just included the female into powerlifting. I was excited. So actually, we were the first female. I was among the first female in Nigeria to compete in Paralympics game. So in training for Paralympics game is another long story because I was training at Edo State. Now training at Edo State, then there was no social media, there was no phone. So my coach, the international coach in Lagos, the Coach Pius, don't know, no, sorry, Coach Pius is in Edo State. Coach Obot. Coach Obot is in Lagos. In Lagos is in the international, coach. He doesn't know what I lived. So sending message to Lagos takes forever. I decided the only way Coach Obot will know that I'm doing well is for me to show my face often. I used to travel to Lagos to train with, those Lagos athletes. So I wasn't the only one. other athletes from other states will come as well to train in Lagos. So I took many risks. Now forget about just the traveling on the road. A lot of time, so many times I travel to Lagos. My family don't know I'm traveling. Only my sister, my junior sister, I would secretly tell her, do not say a word to anybody. Now the challenge, the thing was, my family was against me doing sports. No, it was a no. They used to discourage me. So it was something that I did sneak. I was sneaking. I used to sneak to stadium. Now, I remember many times I was actually called for family meeting. Family meeting. They were. I used to be annoyed with my family because you're calling me for going. You're calling me out and actually calling a meeting and saying, let's tell Faith not to go to stadium to waste her life. But you all are not coming together and saying, how do we educate Faith? Faith is, our education is suffering. How do we like the time you spend doing that? You could have just paid for taxi to be taking me to school. Pay for lecture. You didn't do that. You're here telling me that the easy way for me, you didn't focus on my education. I've missed out in my education. I've given that up. So now I'm here. I know this will work for me. I trust, and I know I have the confidence that I'll make it here. And you're telling me to stop doing sport. The truth is, the easiest way for me is to agree with them. I just said, okay, I will not go to stadium. No more. I'll stop going to stadium. The next morning, I will just throw my bag over the fence. I asked the next door neighbor. There's one little boy there. Oh, he's a man now. He's in Italy now. So he will go around and pick my bag. I'll tell him, go and wait for me at the bus stop. He will actually go and wait for me at the bus stop. Take a bike off to stadium. It wasn't easy. So that's how I was sneaking as well to travel to Lagos. I'll throw my bag over the fence. I'll walk. And they think I'm just going to my friend's house to visit my friend. They will not see me for days. They will not see me for weeks, for months. I'm going to Lagos to train. So that was how I was going to Lagos to train. And 2000 January, we went for the first trial in Lagos. We went for the second trial in Lagos. After the second trial, before we were called into camp, I went early, which actually saved me, because when they call us for camp, we were in camp, we were training for Sydney 2000 Paralympic game. So the day we were actually going to leave the country, we were already waiting for the bus, which never came. In the end, we all have to gather together, pay for taxi, take ourselves to airport. I mean, we don't even want to go there. Nigeria is not encouraging, but we manage. What can you do? Then one of my colleagues, she was a new athlete. I started before her. She's in plus. She was she was competing with me. So when I got to Lagos, I was shocked. No, not really shocked, because Lagos is, when you see athletes in Lagos, they are there to train. So sometimes you see some of them that are not going for a competition with you. They're still there to train. So I thought she wanted to train with sometimes you want to train with the champions, because you really want them to motivate you. You want to be motivated. Because me, when I started, although I don't have anybody in my class, I was the first super heavy in Nigeria. Yes, first super heavy in in Nigeria, in my state. When you say female super heavy, 82 plus, because I was weighing 96 kg then. I've always been big. So growing up as a child, as a baby, my parents always say I've always been a big child. So yeah, I was 96. I weighed 96 kg. So I was in, cause from 82, your class as, if you weigh 81, 82, your class as plus 82 kg. So it's plus, super heavy. You're there now. So she was in the same class with me. I saw her and I'm like, okay, Gloria, okay, you're here to train. All right, we train together. We train because I beat her all the competition, but she was there. Do you know on this day we were going, about to leave to the airport, and she called me and said, Faith, I have something important to tell you. I'm like, okay, you know. And she called me and we sat down and she said, it's your time to shine. I'm not going to remember word to word, but I'm just going to say it like my own word. It's your time to shine. She said something like that. It is your time. When it's your time, it is your time. I try my best to make sure I replace you, but I couldn't. If it was other people, they would be really mad. Me, I wasn't mad. Probably, maybe it didn't sink in. It was later, because I'm that kind of person. You might say something to me now. I'm a very deep thinker. I might not think it at that moment. I might walk away from that situation and I might go back and be thinking what you said. I'll sit myself and think about it. He said, I'll try my best. The reason I came to Lagos early was actually to do this, to make sure I go to Sydney. I'm like, really? She said, yeah. I went as far as meeting chairman, because our chairman is a physical challenged person like us as well. His name is Cosmos Okole. I went to Cosmos Okole and tell him, I'm an Igbo girl, you're an Igbo man. You should, consider that tribalism, isn't it? And Cosmos actually said to her, I can't do that. Faith owns that class. She qualified for Sydney. She beat you. First trial, second trial. And she said, well, yeah, but Faith, she didn't win anything in Dubai. That's what she said to me. Like she told Cosmo that Cosmo should consider that I didn't win anything in Dubai. And Cosmo said, you're right. Faith didn't win anything in Dubai, but she came forth. She had experience. You don't have that experience. You haven't been outside the country. But yeah, in the end, Cosmo didn't agree with her, and then she said, "Oh, it's your time. I'm happy for you." And I said, "Oh, thank you, Gloria. Thank you so much." So that's the point. The extent people can actually go. Trying to. That's life for you, but like she said, when it's your time, it's your time. Nobody can stop that, or nobody except God. So that's my experience, how I qualify for Sydney, how I went to Sydney to compete, and getting to Sydney, story short, I came third, and to God be the glory. That's my journey so far. Now, next time, I will be talking about life after Sydney. This is how I achieve my goal, how I end up going to Sydney, how I got into sport. Yeah, got into sport 95. and I quit year 2000 after Sydney Paralympics game. And my next time on this channel, I will actually be talking about life after Sydney, how I came to Europe. So remember, okay, one thing I didn't say is before Sydney, we were meant to travel to UK here for. Actually, my story is a testimony. I give God all the glory, not man, but all the glory to God. So we're actually supposed to come to UK for training tour. As usual, Nigeria, embezzle, embezzle, embezzle. So they didn't bring us here. They gave us on our passport, when they were giving us back our passport in the airport when we were about to travel to Sydney. We all realized we have UK visa that we never use. 6 months. Australia, 3 months. So we're heading to Australia now. Most of us, when we came back, that's the visa we used to. Most of us came to UK, and some of us are still here. Some went back. But here we are. So thank you all guys. If you watch up until this time, thank you so much for listening to me. Pardon my English. I don't go to school. I didn't go to school. Pardon me. I'm a secondary school dropout. So pardon my English. Also break and rich, and pardon me. So yeah, this is my story. This is how I got here. This is how I went to Sydney Paralympics game. My success story. So to God be the glory. I won bronze medal, and next time I probably will be displaying my medal. So yeah, my story, how I traveled to Sydney, or how I got into sport, or how blah 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 blah. Ignore me. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody. Your baby girl is signing out. Thank you, and God bless you. Please don't forget to like, comment, share. Don't forget, your criticism is needed. Please, what do you think about this video? Tell me on the comment section below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to hear from your baby girl, the kind of content you want to be seen from me. But I will be talking about myself most of the time. My alarm is making this buzzing noise. It's annoying me. Sorry guys. So yeah. So please click like, share, comment. Welcome to Life on Wheel Faith TV. Life on Wheel Faith TV. As you can see, your girl is on wheel. For those of you who don't know, I'm a physically talented person. I use wheelchair to go about my daily life. Without this chair, I will actually be disabled. Okay. So thank you so much, and God bless you. I know that I've been away for a very long time, but this is me. I will try and I can't post content every day. For now, I will be posting. Oh yeah, my second airing. Twice a week or once a week. I will try my best. Okay, thank you guys, and God bless you. Bye bye.
I do but big dreams.
Tuna on the mix.
Honey, I'm under nobody. If you give me the moolah now, I'm under nobody. If hustle pay me now, I'm under nobody.